All right, what is up? We got minutes coming out at 2 p.m., which is 10 minutes from now. We did break to the upside of the wedge that we were trading in the past couple days. We have this bullish trend that's held for almost 3 days now. And then we just broke this temporary bearish trend, but we didn't actually get much distance off of this, so there's still a bunch of resistances to worry about. Basically, I think the minutes will have a sharp push down and then a push back up to highs. So I'll look to trade that basically. So I think it'll go for a bear trap and then into a bullish close and then probably a bloody sell-off tomorrow. I have the option that I'm looking at trading. Open on the right here, it's the SPX 4000 call, 0 data expiration. So that's slightly above the intraday high. But again, our goal isn't to actually have them go in the money. We just want to catch this move up to 397. If we do, these will be trading around, let's say 8, I would say, just because there's less time. But yeah, so hopefully we catch a nice little push down and then catch this rip close to 8. No sound. Okay, let me fix that. Can you guys hear me better? Hello? Okay, cool. So yeah, I was saying more than likely we'll see a push down right upon the data coming out at 2 p.m. We did break the trend today, the bearish trend, and we held our bullish trend that was continued for 3 days now. But we didn't break it by much, meaning we never broke above the resistance that was above the trend, so it can very easily fall back under this. Hence why I didn't take any trades when we broke that. But yeah, basically I expect minutes to come out and then a little bit of fear, which would push us back to, let's say, the 393 range. And then from there, I would like to jump long on the SPX 4000 calls, which just dropped from 3.7 to 2.5. So we have to be very patient on these because they're so sensitive. That's over 12 minutes. It dropped almost 50%. But it'll do the same thing in reverse if we catch that nice push. So just a waiting game. We have the FOMC coming out, and ahead of it, my plan is to go long if we push down initially. And then from there, I would like to trim around the 396 to 397 mark. All right, let me share this to Twitter or something. Connor, yeah, most of the FOMCs have been very bullish, and then the next day is followed by like 2 steps back bearish. So of the past three, I believe all three were 1 to 2% green days, and then the following days were like 3 or 4% red. Hey, thanks, Orlando. Well, yeah, just waiting for the data to come out. More than likely, we see a push down to support zone, which will be about here. And then I would like to see a fat bear trap, which should bring us back to the top of the range, which would be about 396. So for the options that I'd like to trade, I have it pulled up here on the right. It's the SPX 0 data expiration 4000. Because there's more strikes, or rather not more strikes, there's more points between strikes on SPX than SPY. The gamma reacts differently, meaning you can get some of the dumbest returns on these 0 data expirations. Look at yesterday at 248 it was $3, and then at 340 it was $11. So you can get these crazy returns, but obviously with increased risk comes increased reward. Because we're on a smaller account, I would like to take a little bit of a risk just to get going, and because it's FOMC, it's a great day to take that risk because the whole morning has been pinning. Basically, you can see it, right? The stock's just been consolidating in a tighter and tighter range, which lowers the cost of premiums. And then we know that there's going to be a big move after the minutes comes out. So it's almost one of the best days to trade is minutes days. But yeah, again, I'm not going to enter anything until we see the data. So first thing I want to see is a sell down, and then once that sell down occurs, I'll start looking at the call I want to take, which is probably going to be this one. I'd like it closer to 1.6 than 3. And if we start to sell down, this will drop immediately down to that 1.6 range. You can do this, basically, I'll do daily trades. They'll always be after lunch. So the same concept applies that I just said for the FOMC. So here's that initial push up. This should get crushed any second, and then it should start to go down. So it'll go bull trap, bear trap, bull. Yeah, it should just be a bull trap into bear trap. So here's that bull trap. Obviously, I don't want to buy this here, but we saw it just spike to 5 from 3. Now it's back to 3, right? So I am getting antsy. I do want to get into this, but again, almost every single FOMC has that same little pattern. It'll do a fake out to the bulls, and then nope, that's not it. It'll fake out the bears, and then pop, it'll rip. So that's hopefully what we see today, and we should know in the next 2 or 3 minutes, so hang tight. But yeah, if you are going to follow my trade, it'll be SPX 0 data expiration contracts, and I'll let you know when I take it. I love it. They're blaming Russia so hard. Oof. might not get our entry here. It's okay if we don't. Obviously, I can't take a $400 contract on a $500 account, though. So if this isn't a bull trap, which we'll know in about a minute whether we break through here, I'll just trade to, say, the 415 calls, or 4,015. And again, because we're trading 0 day to expirations, the biggest thing is just being patient. Like I said, I wanted to buy this the whole way up here, right? All the way to $5 fucking. I was like, yeah, let's buy it. But you're trading something that expires worthless and is being priced on the trajectory. So when we initially just pop like that, right, the trajectory goes very bullish, meaning if you were to maintain this trend, right, it would have us ending at like 4,200 or 402 on SPY today, which is possible, but we don't want to pay for that trajectory. No, we'd much rather pay for this trajectory. So as we saw, right, this just went from 5 to 2.4 in the time in less than 6 minutes. So again, it's just really important to be patient on these. You don't want to rush 0 day expirations. So we're back to 3 here. I'll probably take the next entry if it comes back down. Now, Ray, I'm actually trading the SPX 4000 0 day expiration. So any minute now, I'm going to take it. I just would much rather get it closer to that 1.65 mark. I think it's pretty set that the bulls are going to win for the rest of the day, though. So I am going to take this. Wonderful. We're getting sub 2.5 here. Let's see if we can get that sub 2, and if we can, I'm going to pull the trigger on that, and then our price target will be over 3.5. Yeah, again, just not going to enter yet. Let the price come down to where we want, and we'll have a much better time on this challenge account. Marson, I'm trading a $500 account today, so one contract total, maybe 2 if we can get at 1.6. But again, let's go ahead and take this here. So I'm going to buy it at 1.5. So let's go +1. And I'm going to wait. Bull trap. Remember, bull trap, bear trap. So I'm going to take it here at 1 point. No, I'm going to go down and strike I went to the 39.90s. 39.90s, just because the price dropped so much that I'd rather take one of these. And I'm going to take that now at one. Oh, you motherfucker. All right, and then basically because they're so volatile, I'll just rock a 50% stop. We are getting them pretty good prices down here too. I think I would just like to get it at that 1.48, which I don't think I will. But again, we dropped 10 points in strike price, so we're now looking to trade the 39.90 SPX calls. But yeah, as you can see, within 6 minutes, this contract went from $7.50 to $1.50. That's 12 minutes of trading. So again, you just be really fucking patient, like really, really patient, especially if you're on a smaller account. Otherwise, you'll succumb to that human emotion. When we started ripping, and I was like, no, bull trap first. You'll buy that, right? And then you'll be sitting here with, a 5 to 7 price point, and panicking while it dips to 1.5, rather than, we're going to be buying it from 1.5 to 2.5 more than likely. And then we have room to run it all the way back to the 7.5 mark. So again, just be a little bit patient, and then let's go ahead and take this now at motherfucker. Well, missed that entry, so we'll go back to the 39.5. 9.5. Nope. Yeah, again, there's the balance of being patient and FOMOing. I'm probably going to FOMO here in a second, just because this is getting to the point of breaking out, and I am not in a position, which sucks. So ideally, we see one more push down, we enter, and then it rips. But I did go down to the 39.95 just because the 39.90 got too expensive for a $500 account. And I might switch back if we do dip, but yeah, I'm going to take this in just a second here. Stupid ass. Alright. So I'm going to take that out for premium real quick, and then I'll take it. And this is beautiful. I'm going to take it here. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. 2.2. There's no way I got filled. Maybe. And again, do need to be cautious here. It will go to 0 pretty quickly. The low is 1.3, so just about that for a stop. And more than likely, though, within the next 5 minutes, we should be squeezing much higher. And yeah, as you'll see, I will adjust my stop very conservatively. Meaning, I want to give this, because I can only take one contract because it's such a small account, I want to give this as much room as possible. So, right now I'm up 26%, right? That's pretty awesome. So I do want to put my stop above my entry, right? So my entry was 2.2, so I'm going to put my stop to 2.3 once we get to, say, 2.6. So yeah, we'll put a stop at 2.3. Maybe let's go 2.4 now. So again, my stop's at 2.4. Might get filled, and if we do, that's okay, right? Yeah, so I just got stopped out at 2.3, which actually kind of sucks, just because it's such a small account. But we'll take another trade with the remaining $289 we have left. And again, that's the struggle with these trades is, how do you balance risk and reward with only one contract? Obviously, the worst thing to have happen on a small account is to have a trade go red. But what we're going to see is this contract's probably going to go to like 8. And we sold for $10 profit, not $500 profit, which, that sucks. So we have to figure out a way to balance that risk and reward. And what I did wrong there was my stop was put in too early. Should have waited 20-30 minutes and then put my stop in. So yeah, again, that's one of the issues with the small account is you have to play very safe at the start. So again, look, we just lost $100 of profit because we got stopped for $10 gain. But there's no avoiding that, as far as I've found, while maintaining good rules. Our trade went green and we put our stop $10 above our entry. Unfortunately, it hit. So what do we do from here? Well, we take another trade. And the beauty about these trades is the longer we wait, the more theta will chip away, and the better time we'll have. So yeah, that, again, sorry y'all. Always try my best. I know what's gonna happen ahead of time. Like, hey, bear trap, bull trap, bear trap, right? We got both of those right. But shitty stop got us out of that contract. Almost $200 short. So I guess the big thing I'm trying to say is it's so much fucking easier when you have a big account, right? Because I would have taken, 20 to 30 contracts there, and then sold, half with my stop at above my entry, and the other half with my stop below my entry. And then I can balance that, and I'd catch all these gains. Hey, thanks, bro. Fuck. Yeah, I'm down with that, Jeb. I'm just gonna run it a little differently this time, just because I do not make much money from my Discord or ad revenues. So I do need to trade to make money. So I'm gonna balance it by just doing 1 to 2 trades a day, always in the afternoon. And I think what you'll find is, because I'm waiting for good risk rewards, meaning I want that low IV, like we talked about this morning, the stock was crushed the whole day, right? And then FOMC, and holy shit, we nailed it. We knew exactly what was going to happen, right? And going forward, what we'll find is we learn to be a little more liberal with our stops. So we'll, or conservative with our stops, and we'll catch those gains. But yeah, again, I think the biggest thing for small accounts is just picking your shots, man. Why anyone trades in the morning is beyond me. IV is so high. The stock is pricing in massive moves. If you get it wrong in the morning, you're just going to get punished so much harder. And if you get it right, by the time the afternoon comes around, your contract is 20% less because the IV was crushed, even though you got it right. So again, I get it. A lot of people like that morning momentum. It's just not me. I want risk reward. I want to wait for consolidation, IV crush, and then low IV option entries to sell when the IV comes back. I always avoid lunch, so I usually like to enter after 1. Nice, Alex. All right. It's something to do with the delta. So delta is how much the option price will change for a 1-point move in the underlying. And because SPX has 10 times more strikes or more points than SPY, you actually get 10 more delta shifts, if that makes sense. So for SPY, if you move from 390 to 392, that's 2 points. And your delta, you know, plus your delta is how much it'll change for 1 point, and your gamma is how much it'll change for the next point, like the increase or decrease. So with SPX, it seems like you can get, I'm not sure, it has to do with this, but I'm not sure on the exacts. I've never really cared to figure it out, but nutty ROI compared to SPY, and that's because of the fact that you're getting 10 more delta shifts plus your gammas for each one that SPY gets. Yeah, I am gonna re-enter. I have $289 left. I'll probably take two, say $100 trades. But the thing about 0 data expirations is theta is pretty awesome. So rather than entering here while we're in the midst of a correction, meaning we could go down, see how we never broke to a new high? We could go down just as easily as we go up. So rather than entering anything here while, like, hey, we had a dope entry, our stop was hit. If I enter again here, I'm chasing. So rather than doing that, I would like to wait, say 20 to 30 minutes and let the stock decide what it wants to do, plus let theta chip in because it's exponential. It's going to chip harder and harder for the next 2 hours. Yeah, I do think that we break out. I think that we'll go to 44,000 today. But I don't really want to trade that until theta kicks in a little more. But yeah, remember I was talking about trajectories with 0 data expirations? So as this moves straight, right? If you look at the trajectory of like here to here, it's basically, if you extend this to the right, it's saying that, you know, by the time we close, we'll be at like 4,300, right? And obviously that's not realistic, but that's what options with no time are priced on, is this trajectory. So this contract was trading for $5 while it was lower price than it is right here. And the only difference is that our trajectory went from vertical to flat. So again, there's just the little things when you're trading 0 data expirations or close dated contracts. You have to be really careful with IV and trajectories. So the easiest way to gauge whether it's a good trajectory or not is to draw a line from the price that the stock is at that you want to enter to your expiration, plus premium. So let's say we bought the 4,000 call and you know, we paid $2, so we need like 401 something. Basically, this is the trajectory I need to maintain in order to land in the money. So if I buy it while it's trading on this trajectory, right, and then it shifts and starts going bullish, that's where that IV shift will come in, and that's where you start making money. You don't need it to go into the money, but what you do need is to take this trade from the flat and then stay above this line, right? If you're below this line, you're not going to make it. Your trajectory is bad. So you don't really want to stay in that trade. But if, let's say you want to do like a June call, so you could go to like a 4-hour chart, right? And where the fuck are the dates? Usually it says the date on the bottom. So let's just do like July here. So let's say I wanted to take like a July 4,300 call. You know, that would be the trajectory that I need to maintain. But we're trading right now flat. So honestly, it's not a bad day to start looking into swings because, right, we're no longer trading down. We shifted to flat. But yeah, just the little things like that, you'll be able to visualize a lot easier what you want to do. SPY did break out again, didn't it? Yeah. That sucks. Oh, we just hit that trend, and we should go long in the retest here, so we will do that. So we're going to go to SPX, and this time we'll take the... Let's do the 4-10. See, that's tough to justify. You know what I mean? Like, this is just trading for 0.5. Now it's trading for 2.2. That's 400% gains. But it also has room to 3.5 pretty easily. Yeah, not a fan. So we did break the trend, and now this is generally where you'd want to enter is the retest. So broke out over the trend, right? And the retest is where you'd want to go long. So we were just trading at 2.3. Let's do that. Let's do 1.6. 1.8 on the 41s. 40-10s. Oh, let's wait. We can get lower. Alright, I put an order in for 1.6 on the 0 data expiration 40-10s. You sack asshole. I don't like that. You can see my limit buy here did not get filled, so I'll probably put it up to 1.75. Alright, well, that sucks. I hate that. Literally 1 fucking cent from being filled. So what we'll do here is just wait, right? Again, I don't want to ever chase these trades because they're 0 date expirations. If you buy them while IV is ripping, you're fucked if it goes flat. You'll just lose half the value almost immediately. So I don't really want to do that. I'd rather just wait. We have an hour and a half left in the trading day. I will spend all 500 today. Currently, we are up $8. Should have been up much more, but bad stop. Actually, I'm going to take it here. I don't really want to wait. I think it's going to go. Yeah, I took it. Alright, so I took it at 2.1. Probably not the best entry. Honestly, might be a loss. as I took it, I realized that I probably shouldn't. But again, I do think that there's a huge potential that we gamma ramp. All we have to do is hold this here, and then it'll start to move quick. But as you can see, because our trajectory shifted down on us, we just lost $40 on that contract almost immediately. But there hasn't really been any changes in the price action. We still held the support, and we have a higher high this candle. So not worried. If we break below this, I'll probably grab a 0-day expiration put rather than exiting it, just because it's a cash account and I can't use this cash again if I exit. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, it's tough. Can't even average down. It's okay. Not worried. Like I said, we held support, and we had a new high last candle. I will get worried if in the next 7 minutes or so we don't break above 397. Repaint, I'm sure. It's a hot zone indicator giving us a sell here. But it'll repaint. And again, that was a bad entry, but if you're confident with trading, you'll be able to recognize that, hey, this trend isn't broken. We should stay in this trade until the trend is broken. Otherwise, you're just blindly respecting an arbitrary number, which I think you're going to find out in the next 30 minutes that those numbers really don't make any fucking sense. This contract, if we break to 398, it'll be trading for like $4. Yeah, here we go. So yeah, basically I'm looking for a full gamma ramp. The bears should basically close their positions within the next 20 minutes if we don't sell off here, and then that'll be a full on little short squeeze up to probably 400 on SPY, which should give us maybe 500 on the contract, maybe more. It just depends on the time. We can't get stuck here, and it looks like it wants to get stuck here. No, I'm not gonna swing any puts. Uh-oh. Yeah, I would wait though. I think 20 minutes is all it'll take, and then we'll be like full on impulsing higher. Again, you have to conceptualize what both sides of the traders are doing. The bears have been shorting this shit since 394, and then they shorted again at 396, and then they shorted again at 397. So basically, if we break out above this resistance line at 397.42, we should see a massive amount of those shorts being closed for a stop loss so that they don't get liquidated or squeezed. So yeah, I would say 20 minutes is all it'll take, and then we'll either break above this or full on sell off. Those are the options. So yeah, let's get into put here. We have two options. One, we can average down if we get to the 72 mark on these contracts, which might happen, honestly. Or two, we can grab puts. Or three, we can exit for a loss. I'm not really inclined to exit this, just because, again, my squeeze senses are saying that we're going to go much higher today. All right, this should do it. Just got to get over that trend one more time. Go, baby, go! Let's see it! So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty good at trading squeezes. The biggest thing is you just have to conceptualize both sides. The bears are not winning. The bulls are winning this 100% right now. Now, the bulls basically have no confidence left, so that could change really quickly. But, like I mentioned, all we need is that 397.42 break, and we should gamma ramp. Meaning, as the puts are all closed, the market makers will de-hedge their shorts, so they'll buy stock. The sell pressure from the puts will go away, and the calls will gamma ramp because the put pressure went away. So when that happens, if we break that 397.42, I think we're looking at 300% gains or so. But it's got to go now. Like, we can't really have this going much longer. All right. So definitely not the best entry in the world. One of the big reasons I don't use stops on zero data expirations is strictly for things like that. Um, it's it's a lotto. You got to treat it like a lotto. You got to give it more room. At least that's my read. So yeah, we'll see how this pans out though. We did break that 397.42. We do need to confirm a close above it. Otherwise, that break means nothing. So we will see. Man, this Ivy Crush is getting brutal. Send it, bitch. Yeah, my read still hasn't changed, guys. Still bullish here. So not gonna cut a position if my convictions haven't changed. So yeah, I think 400 today at the minimum. Just need that hold over this 397.42. We're good, baby. Let's go. Yeah, I agree with that, Connor. But Connor, no, I agree with that. I think the big thing though is conceptualizing just how many shorts are opening positions right here, right, and we're not selling off yet. Now that could change, right, and I could lose, half of my 500 account, but I won't do that. I'll just grab a put if we break this resistance here. I'd grab a 0 date expiration put, and then keep both open. Again, nothing's changed here besides the trajectory. We're staying on this same trend line. We just went from, right, saying, hey, we're going to go to, 500 today. Not really, but whatever that trend line is, to, hey, we're going to stay flat, right? And that's why that and theta is why this contract dropped so much at this same price point. So because I don't think that this trajectory will stay, I'm not going to exit here. In fact, I would be adding if I was on my main account. This would be my one add. So just think of the trajectory. So look, the trajectory is just bullish in the morning, right? And then, so this isn't squeezing. This is bullish. And then as the buyers and sellers start to shake hands, right? So this is just bearish, but right here is where the squeeze starts. So you can see, right? There's disagreement. The buyers are buying and the bears are shorting, and it's creating a really, really tight range, which will crush the IV. And then as it leaves this range, your IV will come back. So the squeeze is basically just disagreement. It's where buyers and sellers shake hands. And when that happens, the implied volatility of the stock, because the range is tighter, is going to be much lower. Fuck. Alright, so we're finally starting to come back a little, but because we're still trading flat, we need to break out of this range, and then the IV will come back. Sorry for people who are panicking there. Obviously, I will always, if I'm streaming live, let you know what I'm thinking. At no point did I ever feel like I should close that position, so I didn't, and we still haven't gotten back to green yet, but again, if we hold over this 397.42, I think we'll gamma ramp, which means another 1% or so, another 3 points. And 3 points on SPY is 30 points on the SPX, so if you go to the Greeks, you'd see the gamma and the delta. It's just much crazier return on investment. Damn, they do not want to give us this. Motherfucker, let's go! Impulse. Impulse. Alright, so yeah, we should see IV return. We just broke to a new high. If we go any higher, IV will return fast. And because this position's just been grueling, we are going to put our stop above our entry as soon as we get there. I just, like I said, every trade's a little different. If I spend a lot of time waiting for a trade to go green, I'm much more likely to put a tight stop on it as soon as it does than if it just goes green right off the start. I don't know if there's any good logic behind that. It's probably just psychology based. But that's how I trade. So yeah, like I said, we're still trading a little bit flat. We do need like two or three candles higher to instill a bullish trajectory, and then we'll see the price on these 4100s come back like crazy. So yeah, ideally that all happens now because we do not want a bearish power hour. Not much to say. Just a waiting game here. We definitely took the trade while it was high IV, so now we're just getting greeked a little bit. But like I said, I do expect a gamma ramp, so not gonna do a damn thing until that happens. Here we go. Let's go. Sustain it. Let's go. 398. Gamma ramp. Give me money. I don't want to look stupid. All right, so basically we need a breakout impulse higher, or these are never gonna go green. We have an hour. Power hour starts now. If it breaks bearish for the first couple minutes, that's okay. It's usually indicative that it'll go bullish. But that'll start in 20 seconds. And then again, as soon as we get a sustained move, meaning we build a new bullish trend, these will come back in price. But if we stay flat like this, they will not. So we do need a sustained move here, maybe for 10 minutes or just one big candle. And again, the longer the market makers can wait, the better. Because then, you know, people will close their 0 days before the move happens. So, I know it's a little bit hard to do, but you really just gotta chill the fuck out if you're in lottos. Just chill out. It'll work or it won't. Those are your two options. So, no reason to stress. Yeah, let's go. 398. Oh, I hate that. All right, we are almost back to green. We are almost a 1.5 higher from where we entered. Still red though. IV's a bitch. Theta's a bitch. But that's okay. We see more upside, like I mentioned. I do see a gamma ramp possibility to 400 pretty easily today. And that was if we broke the 397.42 and held over it, which we just did this candle. So from here, we are back to green. Once we get to, say, 2.5, I'll put my stop at 2.25. All right. All right, next candle will be up. Up. That's a full bowl candle. We ain't fucking selling off here. And that's why we don't put our stop down yet. We would have been stopped out there. I'm really not ready to get stopped out of this trade. I would like at least $100 profit. I think that's pretty easy to get. Like, I think we'll get it in like a matter of 5 minutes. All right, look at that. 2.9. We're moving now. Woo! 20% port gains day one. Not too shabby. Let's go ahead and put our stop in. So, by the way, that first trade we took, I made $10 on it, and it's currently up 500. So we're going to put our stop on the SPX call now. I'm going to put my stop to 2.3, and that'll do it. And then we just chill, bro. Let's see what we can get. Alright, so we hit our, at a minimum, we'll hit 5% port gains today, off of 2 trades, and one of them we stopped out so early that, honestly, we should have had at least 100% port gains today. So I did get stopped on that trade for $15 gains that time, and I have room for one more trade here. Unfortunately, that's another stop that hit too early, but like I said, if I'm in a trade that goes almost 50% red, I'm much more inclined to put a tight ass stop. Yeah, man, I'll go live 1 hour to 2 hours every day for let's say the next 3 weeks until I build back my Discord a little bit. We did take quite a big hit there when the Discord split. Yeah, honestly, I'd only got to have a Discord if I could do 500 to 25k in 3 weeks consistently. I mean, like, that's next level trading. I definitely think that I can get from 500 to 2k in 3 weeks with just like a modest 5 to 10% gains a day. The big thing though is you can't really take losses. Today was really risky. I don't know if you noticed this, but my port was down almost $100 at one point, which would be detrimental for the start. I need a good start, basically. You need 500 isn't enough money to trade with. You need to get to 1,000 stat, and then once you're at 1,000, you can start taking 2 contracts of things, meaning you can add average down once or average up once, and then you have room to trim one and leave a runner, and life gets so much easier. It's just that initial, say, week or two when you're sitting at 500. Odie, I'm at $526. I don't think you missed too much, bro. You know, you might miss one trade. Ugh, that's so upsetting, man. We had all the right trades today. I just too tight of stops. Let's go one more here. Next pullback, I'll buy whatever I can with $71 on 0 days. The longer we wait, the better. Yeah, one of the big things I'd like everyone to notice is even though I called what would happen perfectly, as in I said, hey, we're going to see a bull trap that goes into a bear trap. And I even entered, right, pretty good on the bear trap. I still got stopped way too early on both of my fucking trades. Instead of making $900 on that contract, right? I made 10. So I guess my point is, as good as you are at reading the ticker itself, there's still so many little things that have to line up for you to actually catch that port gain while maintaining, decent rules. So maybe rather than putting my stop above entry there, because it's a lotto, right? I needed to put my stop, say 10% below my entry on that first contract. And that, it feels wrong to do that, but if we did that, I'm serious, that contract's now trading for $900. We bought it for $2. We would have 100%ed our port in 2 hours, or I'm sorry, 1 hour off of a $200 trade. So I do want to fix that, but I'm not sure how. I'm pretty good at gauging what will happen on these squeeze plays. At no point did I ever think we'd go bearish. I mentioned many times that, hey, the stars are lining up for a gamma ramp to 400 or 4,400, whatever. And I still missed, most of those gains. So I guess my point is we have to find better risk management so we catch those gains. It's hard with a small account. It's fucking really hard. I don't trade with, accounts less than 25K normally. And most of my trades are like 1 to 2K size total. So it's very easy for me to average down or, change a trade. But you can't do that when you're limited to... We had 2 long entries today. Almost 30% of our port for each trade. It's just limiting. Yeah, I just used the keyboard that came with my computer. It's nothing special. one more trade. The longer we wait, the better. Probably just going to be blatantly bullish to the end of the day, and then if I had to guess, tomorrow will be like a minus 3 or 4% day, like they tend to love to do. Honestly, I rarely use it, but I've almost never used a take profit and a stop loss at the same time. I don't even know that you can on Thinkorswim. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, my only job is to watch the positions I'm in, so a little bit different. All right, so I'm gonna take one more lotto. It'll be a $71 contract, and I'm probably gonna take it in about 12 minutes. So just after that 3:30 tick, and I'm not sure whether I'll go long or short yet. But it does seem to be one of the best times with theta and IV is right at that 3:30 shift. You inverse whatever the initial move is on that candle, and that tends to work pretty well. Now, obviously, you don't just blindly inverse, but the market tends to give a false move right before its true intention. It's just so crazy watching these contracts move 0.81 to 1.3 in less than 2 minutes, and the underlying moved 4 points, which is 40 cents on SPY. So I guess that's what I mean by the delta, because there's 4 delta shifts before SPY even has one. You're having because there's 4 gamma shifts before SPY has one, you're having the delta ramp, meaning the delta increases each point. Maybe I have it backwards, I don't know. It doesn't really matter as long as you know what they do. So when the delta moves, right? So basically your gamma is how much it's going to move for 1 point underlying move. So let's say it's 20 cents. So your contract moves 1 point on SPY and is moved 20 cents higher with a 0.2 delta. Now on SPX, the gamma is the same thing, right? It's still 0.2, but because the delta is how much it'll increase for each point shift, it has 4 increases in the time that SPY has 0. So I guess that's how I would maybe explain it. But again, it's absurd. It's like 400% more on SPX than it is on SPY. So if you are going to take lottos, I really like taking SPX 0 days on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because most of the market isn't trying to pin on those days. You get these crazy moves, and SPX just started allowing Tuesday, Thursday options. So Tuesday, Thursdays, awesome to trade 0 days on SPX. I don't think I'll ever trade a SPY 0 day again, just because, again, the corresponding move is about 400% greater on SPX. And if you're trading a lotto, right, your risk is already dumb. It's dumb high, so you might as well increase that risk to get, 400% greater reward. All right. Basically, I'll buy this trend if we test it. So it's the same bullish trend as earlier. And if we hit the bottom, I'll buy a lotto call. Probably the 40-10 if we can get it for under 70 cents. But we most likely can't, so probably the 40-15. Yeah, we're probably going to have to take the 40-15. And again, the longer we wait down here, the cheaper it'll get. So we did hit that 0.7, but I don't want to just blindly put in a buy order at 0.7. I might be able to get the 40-10 call, which is, much better. So just kind of waiting, seeing what happens. We might miss the end of the day trade. That's okay if we do. This is basically where the rejection happens for the bulls. So the bears will short here on this trend, and then we should test this here. And that's where I'd look to go long. Something like that, if that makes sense. So yeah, always foresight. With the FOMC meeting, we knew, hey, we want to catch this bull trap, so not going to trade this shit, wait for the bull trap, and then we entered, I think, here, right? Unfortunately, we got stopped too early, but over a 500% trade if we didn't fuck up our stop. And that's just having the foresight to be like, hey, every single FOMC does the same exact shit. It fakes out one way, goes back the other, and then comes back with a vengeance the way it initially faked out. So I said bear trap, bull trap, bear trap, and that's just because, hey, all the FOMCs have done the same fucking thing. Lo and behold, Game of probabilities worked out. So we didn't get that test. We actually broke the bearish trend. So let's just go long. Let's do the 40-20 because I can't afford anything else. Man, that's getting risky. I don't really want to take that. I don't think that it has any potential to print. 40-10 though, it definitely does. 40-15 maybe. I tend to keep my risk the same for every trade. So lottos usually about $1,000 a trade. Scalps usually about 4,000 a trade. Swings usually about 4,000 a trade, but always incrementally. I almost never get to that full amount. So you know, I'll enter 4 times to get to $4,000 into the trade. And my first entry is only 1,000. So for lottos, right? If I have like $1,000 max on the lottos, which you don't need any more than that, right? With $1,000, you can hit 500% pretty easily. It's a $5,000 move, right? But you're risking 1,000. It doesn't. I have a hard time risking more than that. So with my lottos, you know, I might take, it usually is like 2 or 3 entries because it has to be quicker than a scalp or a swing. But, you know, I might take an initial entry of, you say, like $300, and then the next entry might be $400, and then the last one might be another 3, getting me close to that, you know, 1,100 mark, right above the 1,000 where I like to sit for lottos. But yeah, I always try to keep it consistent, so I'm not going to trade differently for the same types of trades. And I'm still learning how to do that on the 500 account here, which we'll figure out together. Like I said, this is 2 days in a row. Yesterday I did hit 100%. On a $600 port. Today we should have hit over 150, and that's just, you know, being super patient on these SPX 0 days. We did get stopped. I think a lot of it has to do with the pressure of live streaming. I'm more inclined to put my stop above the entry because you look stupid as fuck if you have a position that's green and you let it go red. You just look stupid, and I don't enjoy looking stupid. But at the same time, you feel more stupid seeing a trade go 500% that you made $10 on. So I guess we have to find that balance with only one contract. But yeah, it's probably my biggest pet peeve is sitting in a trade that's green and letting it go red. So I try to never do that. The downside when you only have one contract is you might get stopped way too early. All right, I did take that contract at 0.7. That's the 325 40 15 call. We didn't actually get down to the trend line that I wanted to see tested. We might retest that, so no stop on this for me right now. And ideally we see a continuation for the next 30 minutes to a new high, which would start right now. And the price target on that probably like 40.10. I would like to make about $40 off this trade, so about 50%. Currently, we're up 15. We do need a little continuation here, so give me a little love here, SPY. And then we'll sell it as it's ripping, just because there's no time left, so you're literally trading a trajectory. So if the trajectory is not at the top of a candle, probably don't want to sell it. And here we go. So, yeah, I guess that's the last thing for the day. It was the last trade there. Might work out pretty well for us. Looks like it will. But that's all we got. I don't like being on the 1 minute. I gotta get off of this. Give me anxiety. All right. Yeah, we should absolutely rip face for the rest of the day, assuming we don't break this trend line. The test is now, and here we go. Broke the trend. Should have waited until I said that first 3 minutes I mentioned usually goes against the direction. So I entered here thinking that we wouldn't get that, but we did. So obviously it would have been more ideal and we could have gotten into the 40-10s at 0.7, but same thing. We should be good. So this should reinforce the bullish trend. And then from here, my time frame was just a little off. So I had us testing the trend a little bit quicker. But it's the same thing, right? So we should test this trend, hold it, and then impulse much, much higher. And that needs to start now, though. Otherwise, we got to get out of this trade. Uh-oh. Interesting. I don't really know what we're... Yeah, that's nuts. 50%. Like 1 minute. All right. The moment of truth. Do we break to a new high, or is this a bad trade? Probably a bad trade. Yeah, not looking great here for the Bulls. either way, even if this trade zeroes out, I'm very happy with the day. We could have easily pretty much doubled our port. Just a small unforced error on the stop. And tomorrow we'll have, almost the exact same amount of money to trade with. So no big deal. Just got to make sure we get that stop right. Because damn, that would have been $1,000 fucking a contract. From 200. All right, a moment of truth here. There have been better comebacks. That's why I'm not stopping out of this. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's weird. I never feel limited in funds, and right now I have 43 cents to trade with. Everything else is settling by tomorrow. So basically, I'm stuck in this trade, which is a small account problem. Yeah, there's no way this prints. We might get close to even, though. Or slightly green. It really just depends if we pivot here. But with 22 minutes left, we're looking pretty fucking grim. I do use Thinkorswim, and I use Fidelity. My Roth isn't Fidelity. I like the charting on Thinkorswim. That's the only reason I use it. See what I mean, though? Like, you look stupid. Like, that trade was 12% green, and I let it go red. But I wasn't gonna pull the same mistake 3 times in a row. Alright, we should probably get out. Damn. So we did break trend here. And my big thing is, whenever you break a trend, you should buy the retest. So I actually should have gone puts on this retest. Oh well. Yeah, that was the mistake. So I wanted to buy calls on the trend, but we broke it. As soon as we broke it, I should have immediately switched to trying to play puts and then bought a put on the retest of the trend that we broke. So same thing if you're bullish, right, and you have a bearish resistance. As soon as you break that trend, you should look to buy calls on the retest. So for instance, we broke this trend here, right? You should buy calls on the retest of the bullish support, because more than likely it will confirm break it later. Same thing, puts, we broke the trend here. We should have bought puts on the retest. But again, it's a learning process for the start. I just gotta figure out how to deal with stops. Maybe you just don't use them, because like I knew what the fuck would happen. Like to the T, I was like, hey, we're gonna go to 4,000. We're gonna have a bull trap into a bear trap and then go to 4,000. Somehow, instead of ending with, you know, $1,300 gains, we ended with $27 gains on those two trades. So yeah, definitely need to fix that shit. But we should be great. Honestly, I'm super stoked about this round. It'll be super easy with focusing only on the PM squeeze trades. It's just a style of trade that I tend to do very well on, and it's super easy because you're buying from a low IV state. Rather than in the morning, you're buying calls at a high IV state and you need to sell them at a higher IV state. In the afternoon, you're buying at a low IV state and you need to sell at a higher IV state. So regardless, you always need to sell when IV is higher. So it's just like a hell of a lot easier to do if you're starting from a low IV state than if you're starting from a high IV state. Anyways, that is it for the trades today. I will be back on tomorrow. We'll do the same thing. We'll fix our stops and we will catch that 500% gainer. And then, you know, from there it'll get a hell of a lot easier because we'll be able to take multiple contracts. So we did take some risky trades today. They all panned out besides this last one. And now it's just a matter of fixing our stop losses. So basically the first two was way too tight. We got stopped too soon. And this one we didn't have a stop on. So we took too big of a loss. So got to find that balance. Yeah, bro. I'll be live every day until the numbers are back up. I think just talking through my convictions is big. I conceptualize the market a lot differently than most people. Basically, it's just one big battle between the bulls and the bears, and retail and institutions. So I guess two battles. And then if you can understand why the bears are doing what they're doing and why the bulls are doing what they're doing, and then anticipate what institutions will try to do, it becomes a lot easier. Yeah, man. I always planned on doing it. It's just hard to keep up with everything. But I'm not really worried. I make all my money trading, not through the Discord, so it's okay if people don't want to go premium. I'll still do what I'm doing. I enjoy teaching, and eventually I'm sure the Discord will get to a spot where it is fruitful. Boom. All right. That's it. It sucks seeing the last trade go so red. But again, you have to adapt, right? We saw the first two have these dumbass gains, and we caught none of it. Yeah, of course, bro. And like I said, there'll never be. I'll never squeeze anyone to go premium. I'll keep the chat open to everyone, and then keep giving out most of my trades to everyone. But I will increase the quality of premium, and get another trader in there for free tier who does more scalps, just because losing Dax was our scalper. We need a new scalper. I like chill trades. Like, you know, hey, I put my money in here, it'll either work or it won't. And that's like the opposite of scalping. Scalping's like, no chill, let's go hard in the paint here. I'm gonna buy, you know, calls, and then I'm gonna buy puts, and then a call. It's just not my style. And then John's even more so opposed to that. John likes, you know, casual swings, which in this market has just been a joke. So basically we need a new scalper. But yeah, that's good. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Again, tomorrow will be even better. We will fix our stops. Congrats to everyone who didn't get stopped out on those trades. Sorry about the last trade there. I figured we'd spend that $79 or $71 and Reggie zero or hero it, since we were up 30 in the day. And we ended up zeroing it. So that'll be how it goes. But for tomorrow, we'll start at $460, and we will be live at 1 p.m. Thanks for stopping by. I will put out the schedule going forward, but it'll always be after lunch, from 1 to probably 3 or 4 p.m. And I will do this until the account's at, say, 2,000, and then I'll probably restart or chill. It just gets harder as the account grows, because you become unrelatable to a lot of the people who are trying to grow a small account. So once we get it to 2K or so, I'll restart. I'll probably do it a few times, and then see how things go from there. Alright, I'm out of here. Enjoy your day. I'm going fishing. I bought a new fishing rod. I got a Euro nymphing. Oh, we got out at 0.05. Dope. Nice. I made $5 back. Yeah, I bought a new Euro nymphing rod. I can't wait to try it out. I'm going to go catch a brown. The first brown ever. Damn. 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 Alright, I'm out. I'm going fishing.